Coming back to part 2 of the slavery of the Negro Israelites, who are Israelites. We're going to go to 2 Chronicles chapter 6, chapter 36. Because we read the blessings and the cursings. And we saw when we went into captivity, the first 10 tribes went into captivity in Assyria after they came out of Egypt and got into the land. And after the land we went into the land but for a little while as 12 tribes. Then we got divided to 10 tribes. Assyria came to them because they wouldn't keep the commandments of the Lord. They wouldn't keep the covenant that God had made with his people. Just like today, you call yourself a New Testament Christian. The word testament is covenant. It's a new covenant. It's the same covenant that he gave Israel, but now it's not covered by the blood of bulls and goats, which couldn't do the job. It couldn't take away the sin. It's covered by the blood of Messiah now, because he came and he saved you from that sin that Adam had done. And now he put you under a new covenant that's covered by his blood, his laws and his statutes that he gave you. But nobody understands. And they say, oh, the law has been done away with. No, the sacrificial part has been done away with because he was that lamb. That's why John the Baptist said, behold, the Lamb of God which take away the sins of the world. So those sins are removed, but the same obedience, I am the Lord, I change not. That was Jesus back there in that day before he came through Mary. I can show you that, but we're not for today. 2 Chronicles, chapter 36. Go ahead and read, brother.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 36, beginning at verse 5.
Go ahead.
Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord his God.
Go ahead.
Against him came up Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and bound him in fetters to carry him to Babylon.
Now, here comes Nebuchadnezzar. This is 200-something years later, after the Assyrians had they taken captive in Syria, and Judah and Benjamin was left in the land. Here comes Nebuchadnezzar to come there and take them. Now Nebuchadnezzar is a Gentile. He's a Caucasian. See, to me, a Gentile is a lineage. Not whether you're a Jew or not, he's the son of Japheth. You go back and read Genesis chapter 10, verse 1 through 5. He is out of one of the sons after the flood, who was Ham, Shem, and Japheth, who was born of Noah after the flood. And Japheth was your Gentile who settled up in the Caucasus. Ham was your African, so-called African. Shem was your Hebrew Israelite, who became an Israelite. He came out of all of the Shem. He was the Hebrew, first called Hebrew. Abraham was first called a Hebrew. We talked about all that last week, but now here he comes in Babylon. They're going to go into captivity again. Go ahead and read.
Verse 15. And the Lord God of their father sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place.
Because God dwelt in Jerusalem. I mean, his eyes was always on Jerusalem. The Holy of Holies was in Jerusalem. That's where he would meet with the high priest. Or that's where he met with Moses. See, that's where he met on the Day of Atonement. He would come down and sit on the mercy seat in a cloud. So he had compassion on them. Go ahead and read.
Verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of God and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people, till there was no remedy.
Right. But the Lord always warns you before he comes. You're not taking the warning today. See, if people start the evil continues because nobody's heeded the warning. Now the remedy is there's no remedy no more. Now it's got to be destroyed. That's why this thing is coming to an end, people. Because there's no other remedy. Man won't turn back to God. Now it's up to you to work out your own salvation, people. You can't go along with the flow. Go ahead and read.
Verse 17. Therefore he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, who slew their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary.
This is Jesus causing this to happen. Go ahead and read.
And had no compassion upon the young men.
Oh, you don't want to hear. I hear it right now. Because you got that in your head. And oh, little sweet Jesus. He wouldn't kill. You got that religion. That's what got you to sleep today, people. God ain't nobody to play with. That's the God of your imagination, man. Oh, I can hear you now mumbling and grumbling. And you want to debate about it. I ain't got time to debate, man. I'm trying to work out my own salvation. I'm reading the scriptures to you. Now, you take it away one. I'm sorry. I want to try to grasp all I can. And I'm not trying to dismiss anything, but the Spirit of God just gets angry in me because I know you're hard-headed people. You want to hold on to your beliefs. You won't stretch. You won't let the Word of God talk to you. You don't want to hear that old fire and brimstone teaching. Well, you better, because he tells everybody, every generation. He warns them. He warned Lot before that fire came down. Go ahead and read, brother.
And had no compassion upon young man or maiden, old man or him that stooped for age. He gave them all into his hand.
Give all of them into his hand. Go ahead.
And all the vessels of the house of God, great and small, and the treasure of the house of the Lord, and the treasure of the king, and of his princes, and all he brought to Babylon.
Go ahead.
And they burnt the house of God, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem, and burnt all the palace thereof with fire, and destroyed all the good vessels thereof.
Keep reading.
And them that had escaped from the sword carried he away to Babylon, where they were servants to him and his son until the reign of the kingdom of Persia.
Go ahead.
To fulfill the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah, until the land had he enjoyed her Sabbath. For as long as she lay desolate, she kept Sabbath to fulfill 70 years.
They wouldn't let the land enjoy the Sabbath. They went in captivity in Babylon. That's where we are today, people. Under the Gentile rule. His sons and his sons' sons. Daniel 9. Go ahead and read.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, beginning at verse 2.
Go ahead.
In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by the books the number of the years whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he will accomplish 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem.
Well, he scratched his head because the 70 years was up. He understood that how? By reading the Jeremiah, by reading the prophets. How do you think you'll get your understanding if you don't read the prophets, people? That's what I'm reading to you today. Oh, don't read that old prophet. Man, the Lord said he won't do one thing until they have told the prophets. If you don't know what the prophets are talking about, you have no idea what's going on in the earth, people. You're looking at a clock with no hands on it. Only reason Daniel can have some understanding because he read the prophets. Because God told them. God warned them. God always tells the people what's going to happen. He's a good God. He lets you know. He lets you know what's available. He lets you know what. Therefore, I set before you life and death. Therefore, choose life. He's not going to make you do it. But in the beginning, he wanted to come and be on this earth and rest with his people. But Adam blew it. But then he gave Israel a chance to see to bring this message to the whole world, and they blew it. And then he brought his son in these last days, and then they killed him. And now he's still sending forth his prophets, and we still ain't listening.
Yep.
He came down from his high and holy place of God and came through Mary. He wasn't born up Mary, he came through Mary. And he came in the form of a flesh. He was awesomely made. And died for you, man. And you still won't listen to him. If we go to hell because we beat the door down going there. We kicked it in. The whole world lies in wickedness, it says. But you want to be right. Listen, I was in all that. I thought I had the integrity and accuracy of God's word. Oh, I was full of it, man. How come I know what the prophets say. I understand what the prophets are talking about. There's folks who understand that there's a remnant left that understand that he's raising up his people again to warn you again, but you still ain't listening. Still ain't listening. It sounds like foolishness to you. That's what it sounded to them too. Keep on reading, brother.
Verse 4. And I prayed unto the Lord my God, and made my confessions, and said, O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant, and mercy to them that love him, and to them that keep his commandments.
To those who love him, that's the condition. Go ahead, if you love me, keep my commandments. He told you that. Go ahead and read.
Verse 5. We have sinned, and have committed iniquity, and have done wickedly, and have rebelled, even by departing from thy precepts and from thy judgments.
How you think you rebelled? By departing from his precepts and his judgments and his laws. Well, if you ain't keeping them, then you're rebelling against him. Go ahead and read.
Verse 6. Neither have we hearkened unto thy servants the prophets, which spake in thy name to our kings, our princes, and our fathers, and to all the people of the land.
They refused to hear. He said, turn back. Come back to the word. The word of God is the will of God. Come back. Come back to the commandments. Come back to the covenant. They refused to hearken. Verse 9. Now, what verse?
Verse 7.
Verse 7. Go ahead.
Verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are afar off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespasses that they have trespassed against thee.
I don't care where you're at. Whatever country he drove us to, this curse is going to catch up with us. That's why we're at that bottom everywhere you look. Go ahead and read.
Verse 8. O Lord, to us belongeth confusion of face, to our, no, verse 9. To the Lord our God belong mercy and forgiveness, though we have rebelled against thee.
Keep on reading.
Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets.
Go ahead.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
All you Negroes. Yes. I'll make that straight. And you Gentiles also, who's not obeying the voice of the Lord. You took up this book which didn't belong to you, and you tried to teach it from out of Rome instead of out of Zion. The word of the Lord don't come out of Zion, not Rome. What Constantine gave you, what the Pope gave you. And if you inherited lies. But you don't want to give up because it's good enough for your grandmama, it's good enough for me. Well, it wasn't good enough for Abraham, and his father, he didn't come out of his father's house. Keep on reading, man.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
That's why that curse is on. So the curse came on us, and why we're out of there. You want to scratch your head, old Negro, and find out why you're in the slums? Why you can't get nothing done? Why is everything happening to you? Why are you so miserable? Why your grandmama so miserable? Why are you sick all the time? Why ain't you got no money? Why your vote don't count? Why your life don't matter? Because you won't come back to your God. The man that holding the bat, he's just doing the one who sits and will to do it. We got another verse in there, we done.
Verse 12.
Go ahead.
And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. for under the whole heaven have not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
Upon Jerusalem, and upon Israel, and upon us Negroes. Jeremiah 27. Verse 1 to 4 through 8.
The book of Jeremiah, beginning at verse 1.
Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 27, beginning at verse 1. In the beginning of the reign of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of the Judah, came this word unto Jeremiah from the Lord, saying,
Verse 4.
And commanded them to say unto their master.
He said, go talk to Moab, go talk to Edom, go talk to the Ammonites, the king of Tyrus and Zidon, and talk to all of them, let them hear this word. Go ahead.
And command them to say unto their master, Thus said the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, Thus said ye, say unto your masters, I have made the earth, the man and the beast that are upon the ground, by my great power and by my outstretched arm, and have given it unto whom it seemed meet unto me. And now have I given all these land into Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant.
It's his servant. What is it? See, now Nebuchadnezzar didn't know he was his servant. Because he's going to serve for good or he's going to serve for evil. But the Lord is sovereign. And he gives it to who he wants to give it to. So he sent Nebuchadnezzar over us to to enslave us and keep us in captivity. And to his sons and his sons' sons. That's why we've been in captivity ever since back in Egypt, in Assyria, in Babylon, and we're still in Babylon today, people. Don't you know they signed, the Western Europeans signed a treaty in 1946? The Treaty of Rome? Don't you know Rome is Babylon? Go ahead and read.
Verse 6. And now have I given all these lands into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and the beasts of the field have I given him also to serve him.
Go ahead. Verse 7.
Verse 7. And all nations shall serve him, and his son, and his son's son, until the very time of his land come. And then many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of him.
Yeah. So, his sons and his son's son. Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar. Medo-Persia. It was in captivity, Medo-Persia. That's his son. In Greece, we was in captivity in Greece. Alexander and his 4 generals. Then that great and awesome beast, Rome. We've been in captivity in Rome ever since, people. And now our captivity is about to come to an end. That's why, until the fullness of the Gentiles' time, the reign has come to an end. Ham reigned, his kingdom was started with Nimrod. And the Egyptians, they reigned those years. Then Israel, Shem reigned for a few years while Solomon and David was on there. Now, they were turned over to Nebuchadnezzar. And now, the Gentiles have been ruling ever since. I'm talking about your Caucasians. And can't nobody move unless the Caucasians tell you to. Where you gonna go hunt? You gotta get a hunting license from. Where you driver's license from? Whose picture's on the face, on the money? God gave it to him. But he gave us the spiritual thing. He gave them the carnal thing and to set us over us. To whip our heads because they wouldn't keep them in trouble. We wouldn't act. Read that next verse.
Verse 8. And it shall come to pass that the nation and kingdom which would not serve the same Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and they would not put their neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon, that nation will I punish, saith the Lord, with the sword and with the famine and with the pestilence, until I have consumed them by his hand.
Right. You ain't fighting against the white man, you're fighting against your God. He the one who put us under him. You don't want to believe it? That's what the book tells you. Fight about it. See how far you're gonna get. Who could save you? Martin Luther King couldn't save you. None of our black brothers who rose up for a minute could save you. Ain't no man gonna save us but our God. Go to Isaiah 5. Read verse 11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 5, beginning at verse 11.
Go ahead.
Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them. And the harp, and the violet, and the tabret.
You play the harp and the ballad and the tablet. Go ahead.
And the pipe, and the wine are in their feast. But
All of them. You know, you go to church, you play all the music, everything. In your feast. Go ahead.
But they regard not the work of the Lord, neither consider the operation of his hand. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity.
Yeah. They don't regard what's going on in earth, but the work of his hand. That's why we're going into captivity, people. We just think it's just happening. We just think it's all by chance. Ain't nothing happening by chance. It's all been orchestrated. God sent evil spirits among this planet, people, among this kingdom. It's like it in Egypt. Allow them to come. That's why it's going to wax worse and worse. Because we don't want to keep his commandment. They're in our mind. So whose thoughts in your mind? Satan's. But you think you're right, because the way it seems right into a man, but the end thereof is death. But Isaiah chapter 1. Keep on reading. One other verse.
Because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst.
Right. The honorable men. Martin Luther King. I don't try to remember anymore. Who was the other guy? Malcolm X. Then you go back in the family, they always talk, what about the peanut guy? Only the two guys when I come in history. When I was coming up, we only had two Negroes. I was called back then. That was in my history book. It was Frederick Douglass and another guy. George Washington Carver. And it had one paragraph on it, people. One paragraph, maybe a paragraph and a half. Then came the Black Power movement. We started learning a little bit. Because it's all been hid all these years, not just that though. They gave you a little bit, but they hid the rest from you. Go ahead and read where we at, man. We've been talking so much.
We're going to
chapter
1, verse 2.
Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, beginning at verse 2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people does not consider.
They don't even know who they are. They don't know who they are. They don't even know who their God is. We don't know who our God is. We're chasing some white-faced, blue-eyed Jesus, man. That ain't no God. That was painted out of man's imagination. He told you don't make no graven images of him. So don't get mad because he was painted white. They gave you a white God. So who's your master, man? Yes. You're still in captivity. You got a white God as your master. That's the picture you got. You walk in there, you got some guy hanging on a cross, white brother. Ain't no picture. Where's my book at over there? Where's that book at, honey? Give me that book. I'll show it to you next time. The icon.
The icon, it ain't in there.
Here it is.
Oh, it is? Show me the face of it.
Yeah.
It's called the book of the icon.
Book of the icon. Let's get you some. We'll find something. Show on the picture.
As it's right to it.
Yeah. This is the book of icons. And so many other faces. They changed the faces that they used to have on the walls. But open that book.
Close that. Yeah, let's.
Open that book, though. I got to open the book. Okay. Open the page.
All right.
The icon. Yeah.
I just want to see his real.
Okay.
The book of the icon. That light is.
Yeah, they see it now. Let me find it. I gotta go find some pages for you. We gotta go through it. Especially the Byzantine era. Hold on 1 minute, brother. I wasn't prepared for this, so I didn't. It just came to my mind to show you some of these pictures. These are all black, but I want to really show you.
When they made the changes.
Yeah. Hey, here's some of them. Yeah. That's here's one right here. See? But they made the changes. They changed, even though there was still no picture. But at least they knew they was black back then. Then they changed the faces of them to look white.
Yes.
I can show you a bunch of it if we ain't got for time. We'll show it on the next teaching. Yeah, we'll show the next teaching out of this book. So, we're going to go down to verse 7 and read.
Verse 7. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence. And it is desolate as overthrown by strangers.
We don't even know it's our land. See? We don't even recognize that. Go down to Isaiah chapter 3.
The book of Isaiah chapter 3.
And I'm not trying to, hey, listen. He said, I come to send a sword to divide out mother from father, sister from brother. See? It's a word that divides out because it's sharp and powerful. And it divides asunder the thoughts and intentions of the heart. If you got your own agenda, you're not going to receive this here. Because you got your plan, you know your plan, you're going to carry out your plan, and here comes God along, and you won't stop to listen. Think about it. Go ahead and read. Chapter 3, verse 3.
Verse 3 or 4?
Verse 3, verse 4. Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, verse 4. All right. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 4. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them.
Look at that. You can't tell these kids nothing. They'll knock the heck out of you. They rule over the ancients, people. They rule over them. When I was growing up, the whole neighborhood raised up. Anybody could whoop me. I told my father the elder. And then sent me home to my mama and my daddy, and then they would whoop me. Today, you say some of these kids, and they'll pull out a pistol on you. They got you afraid to talk to them. Keep on reading, brother.
Verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor.
See, we all oppressing one another. They taught us how to oppress one another. We hate getting along with one another. Blacks can't do nothing in their own neighborhood. Everybody come and do stuff among us, but we try to get together. They taught us. You got the house nigga and you got the field nigga. The house nigga thought he was better than the field nigga, and the field nigga hated the house nigga because he lived in the master's house. And they always pitted us against one another. I'm sorry, but that's another bad word. They called us. That's another proverb. Go ahead and read.
And shall behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable.
Right, against the elder. See? What verse? What's the next verse?
Verse 6. When a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, saying, Thou hast clothing, be thou our ruler, and let his ruin be under thy hand.
Yeah, look. Everybody want to come live with you because they ain't got no job. You know, bring their whole family over. Because you got one job, they ain't got nothing. Well, listen, let our ruin be your ruin. Let us come live with you. Where is that happening at, man? All around our history. Go ahead and read.
Verse 7. In that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be an healer, For in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people.
I ain't got nobody to help you. That's what we got to tell one another. It's funny. We laugh at it, but it's not funny. Go down with verse
12.
Verse 12.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women ruleth over them.
Women rule over.
Oh, my people.
The women got, the Israelite women got more than the Israelite men. I don't need no man. See, they separate, they made us oppress one another. They turned to woman again. You got this thing called, what was that, Gloria Steinem brought in. What is it, American Women, Women's Liberation?
Women liberation.
They don't let the man be the head no more. They emasculate the black man. The black man needs for the woman to honor him, and she won't. She won't, woman. You're going to have to answer for it. You just want to honor your black man. But the world's got to tell you. You don't know this book. And so you see some women trying to do it, to subject themselves to their husband, and you think they're crazy. Who else gonna honor your man? Anybody else doing it? He come home, he still got to go through the mess to try to get some respect. He got to fight for respect every step of the way. Where we at, brother?
Verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to error, and destroy the way of thy path.
Oh, Jesse Jackson.
Come on with it.
All your leaders will lead you wrong, brothers and sisters. All you ministers of these Sunday churches. All you ministers of that gospel that came out of Rome. You're rising up. You want this black caucus to rise up. You want, they ain't gonna do it. They can't do it. They ain't got no power. Look at Trump. He's laughing at him, man. Well, I wanted to talk to him. He don't need to talk to them. They out for themselves. And they cause you to err. Also. Let's go to Isaiah 51. This is how you identify Israel through the scriptures, people. Identify them through the scriptures. We look at the people. Ain't but one people like this. Isaiah 51.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, beginning at verse 17.
Go ahead.
Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling, and wrung them out.
Go ahead.
There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she hath brought up.
Nobody can deliver us, people, but our Lord. Go ahead.
These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction, and the famine, and the sword, by whom shall I comfort thee? Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fear of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
You see 6 or 7 of them on the corner? You walk on the other side of the street. They just waiting. They angry at everybody. They hate. They're ready to shoot and kill everybody. See? Drive-by shootings. Shooting one another. Killing one another. Everybody's scared of a bunch of Negroes on the corner, these young men. And they fainted. They ain't got no hope. All they look around and see desolation and destruction. Hopelessness. They see the curse. They don't know they're looking at the curse. We move to another neighborhood. Y'all move out. Nobody want to be around this cursed people. Where we at? What's the next verse?
Verse 21. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. Thus said the Lord, thus said thy Lord, the Lord and thy God, that pleaded the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury, that thou shalt no more drink it again.
That is in the future, up ahead of us. Go ahead.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, as the street to them that went over.
I see all them old slave movies, and you look back on it, and we make the slave lay down on the ground so the white woman can walk over his back.
Get out of here.
That's right. I've seen it. They showed it to you. Look at Isaiah 42.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 42, beginning at verse 18.
Go ahead and read.
Hear ye deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant, or deaf as my messenger that I sent?
Israel is his servant. Go ahead.
Who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as the Lord's servant?
Verse 20.
Seeing many things, but thou observest not, opening their ears, but he heareth not.
How can you teach somebody when they think they know everything? You're blind as a bat. But you won't receive nothing. You're too full of yourself. You're the servant of the Lord. You're his ministers. You're out there full of all that Sunday gossip, gospel, and you won't listen. Your leaders won't listen. Nobody want to hear this book. Or they do. They quote one passage out of it, and he's a Christian. Oh, man. You got to study. This is your history. Go ahead and read.
Verse 21. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable.
When he comes back, he will. Go ahead.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes.
We all live in the holes around the city, in the gossip, in the ghettos, in the worst places. Snared in them. Go ahead and read.
And they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey and none delivered, for a spoil and none saith restore.
Whoa. Like Richard Pryor said, he went to court.
Praise him.
Now, Richard Pryor said he went to court and he was looking for justice. And he looked around and he saw just us. You go to your prison house, see up in there. Who's up in there? See Israel up in the prison house. Right. Go downtown to jail cell here. I don't care what it is. It could be a ticket to a gunshot wound to murder. Even the tickets. You may see one Caucasian to 300 Israel Negroes up there getting tickets. Go steal a piece of cake. You get 50 years. Let a white woman run over and kill somebody. I've seen them get out of jail with just a pat on the hand. Because God is going to put it on us. Where's he going to put it on anybody else? We're spoiled. We're for prey. Where's my 40 acres of mule we got? We ain't got it. Everybody else got restitution. Where's ours? Go ahead and read.
Verse 23. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come?
Who gonna hear it for the time to come? Who's listening to this today, people? Who's really hearing this? Are you hearing this today? Or are you blind as his servant who see but don't really see, who hear but don't hear? Go ahead and read.
Verse 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil?
Who gave the Negro for a spoil?
And Israel to the robbers?
Who gave that Negro to the robbers?
Did not the Lord? He against whom we have sinned, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law.
There it is again. Go ahead and read.
Verse 25. Therefore he has poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it has set him on fire round about.
Yes, sir.
Yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart.
We keep saying it's a white man's fault. No, it's not. Look at Hosea chapter 8 right quick. Daniel, Hosea chapter 8. Are you having fun now?
Yeah, we have fun.
I am. Because I love the truth. I'm glad the Lord showed it to me. I don't want to walk in darkness, people. But I'm trying to work out my own salvation. I ain't got it made. I ain't think like I got it made. I got to keep his statutes and his laws all the way. I got to do it all the way to the end. Verse 8. Go ahead.
The book of Hosea, chapter 8, beginning in verse 8. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein no pleasure.
I told you. We move in, y'all move out. Hey, I was in Chicago and back in I'm a living witness to this. In 1968, we moved into the South Shore area. We were one of the first black families moved in that family. I mean, at night time, at midnight, my right hand of God, I see trucks, big moving trucks. People sneaking out at night, leaving their property, people. White folks, packing up, getting out of the whole neighborhood. I swear to God. I didn't know nothing about it. They moving out. Why they moving out? I know now because we moved in. They didn't want to be around us. I don't blame us. I tried to get away for so many years, trying to get away from it. From Israel. Moving to the white folks' neighborhood, man. Get away from this. I didn't want to be around you, man. Who want to be around you? You can't live with nobody. You fuss, you argue about it. It's just, we have to stop it. We have to learn his ways. Be kind to one another. Tender-hearted. Where we at, brother? Let's go to Joel chapter 3.
The book of Joel chapter 3, beginning at verse 1.
Go ahead.
For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem.
That's when we're going to bring them out of captivity. Go ahead and read.
I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land.
See, they divided the land out, and they took us among all the nations. His inheritance, Israel. Go ahead down to what?
Verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, and that they may drink.
They go out and train them. Well, hey, you go back there and have sex with my slave, and just give me some of that whiskey.
Yeah.
Say the little boy, got a little boy, they give him to some kind of homosexual, and do what you want to, but I just need him. You understand? Go ahead and do the next verse you're supposed to read.
Verse 6. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Right. Took them out of Israel, took them out of Judah, and sold them to the Caucasians who brought us into this land over here. Go to Luke 21. Scattered us to the four corners of the earth. Luke 21.
The book of Luke, chapter 21.
Verse 20.
Beginning at verse 20.
Read all the way through. Go ahead.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
This is fulfilled in 70 AD, people. This is when Titus came against Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Verse 23. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be a great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
Go ahead.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
Go ahead.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
That's what we read back there in Jeremiah. He gave us unto his sons and his sons' sons unto the time of the land, to the time of fulfilling of the Gentiles' time to reign. The Gentiles' time of reign is starting to come to an end. That's why you start seeing us, Russia, China, all of them, they're starting to come against one another now. And he says, and let the weak sound strong. You see little weak nations like ISIS and stuff build up, because it's about to come to an end, people. But this happened in 70 A.D. Read that part from that map and the part of the Jews. Read that, what it was scattered. What did I say? Redemption. Hold on a minute. From 2 million years. 2 million years. Yeah. 2 million years. Yeah. Now this happened in 70 A.D. This is from 2 million years. The last 2 million years. Go ahead and read.
The reading is coming from the last 2 million years.
Give them the page number.
Page number 87. Faith survived the dispersion. The crucifixion of Jesus about AD 30 did not end Jewish resistance to the Roman occupation. In 70, when the country was again in a state of revolt, Jerusalem, the holy city, became the core of the resistance of the Romans.
Because they were still in captivity under Rome now. That's the Negroes, Hebrew Israelites. Go ahead.
Titus, the son of the emperor Vespasian, proceeded to lay siege to Jerusalem. The city fell, and the inhabitants were enslaved, and their thousands and dispersed throughout the Mediterranean world. This was the first dispersion, and worse was to follow.
Yes, sir. In 70 A.D., he came in and conquered Jerusalem and took us, dispersed us out to the Mediterranean. And then years later, we were sold to the Grecians. They took it from our borders, and we came over here in ships, people. Can you see how it falls alive? Now, he brought us over here, and then in Deuteronomy 32, Deuteronomy 30, what's else we read? I missed something?
Yeah, it's in chapter, verse 25 of St.
Oh, read it, go ahead.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves walk.
Now it's went ahead of us. See, if we start seeing that stuff, he says, now your redemption draws down. Because he's going to come and redeem Israel from them, wherever they've been scattered. Because that's our hope. See? And he's going to bring us back into the land, bring in Jerusalem. And all those who died of the spiritual Israel, going to meet him in the air. The physical seed is he's going to gather from all them corners and tell them, and another teach for another time. I ain't going to get into all that, what he's going to do. You got to take him to the wilderness again, reteach him, and bring him into the land. But the point is, we've been enslaved all these years. I know it sounds strange to you because the word of God's been, the law, it seems like a strange thing to you. So, go to Deuteronomy 32 and read. Just go down to verse 21 and read, and verse 26.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32.
Verse 21 and 26.
Verse 20, beginning at verse 21.
They
have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation.
Yes, sir. And that's with them Gentiles. And verse 26, go ahead.
Verse 26. I said, I will scatter them into corners. I will make the remembrance of them to cease from among men.
See, nobody remembers us. That was God's doing. Because we blasphemed his holy name from among men. He didn't want to have nothing to do with us. He didn't want his name on us. But through his mercy, his gifts and calling of God are without repentance, people. So he whipped on us and whipped on us. He's going to keep beating us until we turn around. That's what this great tribulation is about. It's about Jacob's trouble. He's going to turn around one more time. Now, go to Psalms 83.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, beginning at verse 1.
Go ahead and read.
Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Thy what? Thy hidden ones. See, they took crafty counsel. This has been a conspiracy, people. Everybody knows. People know who we are. They took crafty counsel against the hidden ones. We're hidden. Go ahead and read.
Verse 4. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That's why he calls himself a Jew, because Israel's not in the remembrance. Like we showed you, there's 12 tribes. When it brings Israel back to the land, it's got to be 12 tribes, and no man is going to save us. Him himself is going to bring us back. Go ahead and read.
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
Edom, our brother Esau, who calls himself a Jew and who is not. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarians, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Yes, sir. All of them was over there in that land over there, the Moabites and all of them. They are in our land. We're looking at our heritage. Revelations 2. Israel does not know, does not consider. They don't know their God. Verse 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, beginning at verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Who makes the synagogue? They can tell who ain't the Jew. Israel's meeting the churches because we all are bushwhacked by that other doctrine, by the Rome. See? They blaspheme and say they ain't a Jew, but the Lord told them they ain't not the Jew. Chapter 3, verse 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Yes, sir. Because he said, Esau I have hated, but Jacob I have loved. See? So, he going to call it, not yet, but it's the time coming. We're gonna get back on time, where we're supposed to be. Now, look at Ezekiel 35. Because we want to break this down.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, beginning at verse 1.
Go ahead and read.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against my seer, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Mount Seir, Esau's called Mount Seir also. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end.
Go ahead.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, that's why you had the Holocaust. Yeah, that's why the Holocaust was on them. See? What's the next verse after that, brother?
Verse 10.
Read it.
Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there.
Right. Said these two nations, what two nations? Israel and the 10 tribes and Judah. He said they shall be mine. Read this thing here. Read that. This is Biggin, Prime Minister Biggin back in, I forgot what year it was, I'll look it up for you, but about 30 or 40 years ago. Read what he said.
It was September the 9th, 1982.
Oh, 1982, okay. Go ahead and read that.
And this is Arab's Peace Proposal Report at OKD, page 27. The world will witness whose dedication will win, Deacon said. If someone tried to take Judea and Samaria, the West Bank, from us, we will tell him, Judea and Samaria for the Jewish people for all generations.
Yeah, but he calls himself a Jew and it's not. Look at, I'm going to show you these maps here. Go show them these maps here. Here's the first one. Here's where Edom. Here's where Edom was originally. That's where Edom was originally right there.
All right. Let them know what map this is.
Yeah, that map there is back when Israel was in the land. You see all 12 tribes in the land there. You see those tribes names there? Judah. Then you see what's the names of the tribes?
This is Judah.
See Israel up the top.
Israel.
Yeah. See Reuben over there to your right. Reuben at the top right. At your right.
They go Simeon here.
Simeon up above was Reuben. So all tribes. That was back when they were in the land. And you see all the way down at the bottom there. Edom. You see over there?
Edom.
That's right there at the bottom of the Dead Sea or the Salt Sea. That is Mount Seir. They also call it Esau.
Yes.
Now, turn on the map. Now this is in 70 AD when Titus came in. Now, see that Idumea? That is their name also.
That's Edom.
Yeah, but that's Esau and Edom. But they changed their name to Idumea. That's in the Greek. And this is in 70 AD. See, they moved from the bottom over there and moved up to the top, right in Judea, right in Hebron. See right there?
Right there.
And in 70 AD, when Israel was led captive, Idumea disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yes.
Now, where did they go? They didn't go nowhere. They just stayed right there and said, we are the Jews. That's all they did.
Yes.
That's all they did. Read this here when you get done. We come on, sit down.
Let me see this.
Yeah, go ahead and show the picture. Now read. Let me go back and read.
All right.
Because that was the Egyptian president. Yeah, General Abdel Nasser. And read what he said, starting from here. Who he is.
This is Gamal Abdel Nasser, the second president of the United Arab Republic, formerly president of the Republic of Egypt. This is his quotation. The Europeans, claiming to be Jews, are nothing more than Hebrew-speaking Gentiles. The late president of Egypt, Gamal Abdel Nasser, stated on television, you, the Jews, will never be able to live here in peace because you left here black but came back white. We cannot accept you. 1952.
See that? Wait a minute, you left here black but came back white. You ain't Israel, he's telling you. See, people know who we are, but we the hidden ones. And so that guy calls us Jew. He's in our land, calling himself the Jew, and we sitting out there pulling for him. Oh, we don't even know the fact that we are the Jews. People know it. History knows it. I ain't just making this stuff up because I want to do something. Ezekiel 11, verse 15 through 19. Oh, no, finish reading that, Ezekiel 35.
Okay.
Go down to verse Read verse 19, 12, and then verse 15.
All right, 12. Where we started?
Verse 15. No, 35, 15.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am the Lord.
See that? Because that's who blasphemed and said they were the Jews. Idumea. But they're not. They're Esau. They're Mount Seir. See? Even before they came to be Idumea during Ezekiel's time, they were in bondage in Babylon. The Lord called them Idumea then. They didn't call themselves Idumea until they were in captivity in Greece. That's what the Greeks called them, Idumeans. So the Lord made this known. Deuteronomy 30, verse 1.
What about Ezekiel 11?
Oh, 11, 15.
The book of Ezekiel. What you want to do?
No, matter of fact, we'll go to Romans 11. Yeah, and then I'll come back. Romans 11. We don't need, we'll say that for another teacher. Go to Romans 11. Verse 7 through 11. For short seconds of time. Oh, yeah, I got you.
The book of Romans, chapter 11, beginning at verse 7.
Go ahead.
What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, God hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day.
Talk about you Negro Israelites. Go ahead.
And David said, let their table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them.
All them churches you running, you Israelites, you Negro Israelites, your tables you setting up in there, they a snare. They came out of Rome, not Zion. Go ahead and read.
Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always.
Always. Always bow down. Always gonna be in captivity, man.
I say then, have they stumbled that they shall fall? God forbid. But rather through their fall salvation has come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy.
Oh, did he say he raised up a nation, a foolish nation, to provoke us to jealousy? That's us, people. Go to Matthew chapter 2. They gave you another Jesus out of Rome. They gave you another gospel out of Rome. They gave you another spirit that comes along with it that says you saved and you got it all made. You get a good feeling because it's a tree to be desired, one to make one wise, pleasant to the eyes, good for food to eat. That's the tree of good and evil. And as we taught you, once it becomes corrupt, God doesn't do anything corrupt. So the good has become corrupt. And so God departs from it. Because we serve an incorruptible God. He can't be corrupted with evil. Verse 1.
The book of Matthew chapter 2, beginning in verse 1. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him.
Come to worship him. That was young Yeshua. Go down to verse 7 and read.
Then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child. And when you have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also.
You old liar. He wasn't coming, he wasn't worship. And then the Lord warned the angels, and the angels warned the wise men. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise.
So wait a minute now. Yes. And so they departed after they seen him, and they came to the house and they worshiped him. And then verse 12, being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed their own country another way. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. Go ahead.
Arise and take the son, take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him.
Go ahead.
And when he arose, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt.
Wait a minute. Why did he send him to Rome?
If you were Caucasian.
If he looked like a Gentile,
Yeah.
he could hide among the Gentiles. They were in captivity. The Jews were in captivity in Rome, people. He was of the tribe of Judah. He was black. Like the brother said, you came in black, but you come back white. He was black. And so I was given an image of a white God as my master and my king. So I was in captivity still. Because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my history. I didn't know my God. They framed a God, knew the God couldn't serve, and they gave it to us out of Rome, people. They gave the Gentiles the same God too. You've been serving another God also, man. But God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. It didn't matter what color you were, it's just the people he chose. But you refuse this because that hatred's been brought you. You've been on top so long, you can't believe that the captives are going to ever be so long. We've been in captivity so long, how can the Gentiles ever think that we're going to amount to anything? I don't blame them. I wouldn't want you to rule over me either. But we're not to rule over like they ruled over us. They went too far. That's why the Lord's going to repay them for what they did. So, what verse we going to, brother?
Verse 16.
Go ahead.
Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceedingly wroth, and sent forth, and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men.
Acts 21. So he didn't go to Rome to hide. He went to Egypt, just like Moses went to Egypt. Moses hid in Pharaoh's house. He was black. Moses was a prophet like Elisha. You raised up. Jesus went into Pharaoh's house and hid, so to speak. That was a type. See? Look at Paul, 21, verse 37 through 39. Go ahead and read.
The book of Acts, chapter 21, 37 to 29.
Read.
And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Art not thou that Egyptian, which before these days madest an uproar, and leddest out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers?
Go ahead.
But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus, a city in Sicilia, a citizen of no mean city. And I beseech thee, suffer me to speak unto the people.
He said, I ain't no Egyptian. I'm a Jew out of Tarsus. Why do we think he's Egyptian? Because he was black. Back then, the Egyptians were still black. Let me read something to you out of the Bible Dictionary, page 347. Reads, Thereafter Egypt was first a Hellenistic monarchy under Ptolemy, and then fell under the heel of Rome and Byzantine. A predominantly Christian land with its own eventually schismatic Coptic church. In AD 641, the Islamic conquest heralded the medieval and modern epochs. It was overtaken by Islam in the 6th century. And so when you look over there now, you may happen to see a black face, but you see a people who are not Egyptians, but they call themselves Egyptians. Just like you go look in the land of Israel, you see a Jew who calls himself a Jew and who is not. Paul was black. Jesus was black. This is your history, people. Peter was black. Not one Caucasian wrote anything in this. All the children of Israel who wrote this book were black. All the prophets were black. Those are your black Negro Israelites, people, your Hebrew Negro Israelites. I use that term not lightly, but to expose and to reveal who God has placed us there. Isaiah 11. We'll close out here.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11.
Okay. Go ahead and start reading when you get there.
What verse you want to start?
Oh, I didn't give you verses. Yeah. Isaiah 11, verse 1 through 2, and then 5 through 7.
Beginning in the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, beginning in verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots.
That's in the future. Go ahead.
And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord.
What verse we got? Go keep on reading verse 4.
Verse 5.
No, go through 3 and 4 to 5.
Okay.
3 to 5.
Verse 3. And shall make him of quick understanding and the fear of the Lord, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
Go ahead.
But with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked.
This is Jesus. Go ahead when he comes back.
And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them.
We know this is the future. We know ain't no lion gonna land out with no calf and not eat it, and the little child shall lead a lion alone. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And it shall
read verse 7. Read verse 7.
Yes. Well, okay, I'll go back and read it.
We read it?
No. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the ass, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den.
That's the snake's den. Go ahead. 8, 9.
They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea.
But now it stops. But it will be at that time when he comes. Verse 10. Go ahead.
In that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious.
Now the Gentiles are going to seek him truly. Go ahead and read.
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from
Babylon. Go ahead.
And from the islands of the sea.
That makes all over the earth. Go ahead.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and to gather together dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Yes, sir. So not just one tribe, all the tribes. Go down to verse 15 and read. Verse 15 and 16.
And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite in the 7 streams, and make men go over dry ship. And there shall be an highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like it was to Israel in the day that he came up after the land of Egypt.
Yeah. That's your history, you Israelite, you Negro Israelites. And that's a wake up for all of us to understand this is the Bible. We've been taught lies, we've inherited lies, you know. And so truth is hard to take. But I hope somebody got something from this and may the Most High add a blessing to your understanding in Yahshua, the Messiah's mighty name. Hallelujah, hallelujah.